Hello everyone and welcome to a late night version of Best and Worst in Beauty because I really should have filmed this earlier in the day and not at midnight, but like, listen, you're stuck at home all the time because America can't get its act together. Well, this is what you have. Late night Cassie Can't Speak English edition of, as I said, Best and Worst of Beauty, July 2020. I was sick for half the month, I feel like, so I didn't think I would be able to come up with a 10 product pyramid, but I did, somehow. I have 10 products here. I've got a full-on pyramid. So I'm excited to share with you guys what I hated and loved this past month. I think I've got some good products here to share with you. Certainly some bad ones, one of which may surprise you. Either way, Best and Worst of Beauty, blah blah. This video is gonna be long enough as it is with 10 products. So let's go ahead, sing the song together, and then we can get on into it. It's the Best and Worst of Beauty, where the good or bad, here's the down and dirty. Very bottom of the pyramid here. There was no question as to what should go on the bottom. This was probably my least favorite thing that I tested out this past month. It was this Catrice Clean ID Hydro BB Cream. I really wanted this to work. I did. I was hoping it could be a nice lightweight thing for the summer here, but unfortunately this is one of those BB creams that I feel like you have to have perfect skin to use this, in which case I'm kind of like, why use anything at all if you already have perfect skin? But if you don't want your blemishes even peeking through a little bit, don't go near this. Like, you're gonna want to use concealer underneath it, and hey, maybe that's your shtick, but I just feel like this really, it doesn't do hardly anything. It like maybe fixes your face skin by like 5%. Ugh, I hate it when I say face skin. That's such a strange, the skin of your face. Either way, I just think this doesn't do enough to warrant purchasing or using. That's just my personal opinion. Also, if you have oily skin, this is really not a good one. It wasn't marketed towards oily skin, but I figured I would try it anyways, and it just has that horrible feeling of it's gonna slip, slide, and transfer all over the place throughout the day, so it's just really uncomfortable to wear, and the shade range is atrocious, like most BB creams, but overall this just not for me. Now, second thing on the bottom of the pyramid here is something that I had no idea I would even be testing, but because of the Pure Raw Beauty Kristi launch being kind of not a disaster, but it just wasn't great for a lot of us sitting there on launch day trying to get the site to work. So, you know, Pure to apologize when they sent out the palettes to people who actually were able to make an order on launch day. Not only did they get a coupon with their palette, but they also got this eyeliner, which I was excited to try out. I mean, why not? This is the Pure On Point eyeliner in the shade Down to Earth. It's kind of strange. I mean, to open the lid, it's cool, but it's strange to me. It feels like it should be a pop-off lid, but really it's a twist lid. So every time you twist it down, it actually sharpens it. Kind of cool, honestly. But the actual liner itself confuses me to no end because it draws on my hand. Like, when I first tested this out, I was super excited because it drew on super creamily. Very nice. But then when I tried to draw it onto my eyelids, for some strange reason, it's just so tuggy and stiff and hard to draw on. Pretty much impossible to smudge out because it dries so quickly. That being said, it's pretty budge proof, but the application experience was not good for me. There was too much tugging. I would never use this on my eyes again, except I know one viewer said that this was actually awesome in her waterline, so I might try that before getting rid of this, but overall, this was a bummer for sure. I mean, it didn't end up costing me anything, but still a bummer that it didn't work out how I wanted it to. Now, on to the product that I think is going to shock some of you, because I've been using this quite a bit and I really have been enjoying it for the most part. You know, people always ask me, Cassie, we know you love your Go On primer. Do you have any drugstore dupes or any drugstore primers that are not so costly that could also work on oily skin? And most of the time I just have to be like, oh really don't think I know of any yet, you know? The cheapest ones I think are more like in the Smashbox kind of a range that work for me. But this past month, I tested out this one from e.l.f. This is their Luminous Matte Makeup Primer with Acai Berry. I got this from iHerb for a sponsored video. This video is not sponsored, clearly. I mean, I'm calling this bad and saying that I wouldn't buy it. But the main reason being, I'm pretty sure this broke me out really badly and I didn't realize it was breaking me out really badly, but I was getting some gnarly zits, like on my forehead and in my brows and stuff, and like on my cheeks, just in places that I don't normally get zits. And so I was like, crap, I'm probably using something that's making me break out. These are not hormonal. And then I was like, ooh, what have I been using a lot lately? This right here. And I haven't used it for about a week and a half now, and my skin is clearing up. So I think this is the culprit, and I'm really sad about it because, like I said, this does work well as a drugstore primer on my oily skin. It doesn't like supremely mattify or anything, even though it is a matte primer, but I would say it controls my oils like maybe 10%, 15% more than other primers. And you know, it's lightweight, it helps my makeup to last. I did like it, but unfortunately I can't use it anymore. I'm not going to use something that causes me to break out as badly as this did. Now, last thing on the bottom of the pyramid this month, I was so upset about this product because I loved it, but I hate it. But it's so good, but it really doesn't work for me. I think many of you, if you watch my weekly wears, know that I'm talking about this foundation serum foundation, excuse me, from L'Oreal. It's their Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation with an SPF of 50 in it. I was super excited to try this out because A, great SPF, B, I feel like I had heard a lot of rave reviews on this stuff, and C, I figured if anything else, I can use it as a mix-in. Well, I just don't think this is made for oily skin. I think if you have anything but oily skin, you might want to go try this because it has one of the most gorgeous finishes on the skin I've ever seen from any kind of a foundation, serum, what have you. It looks so dewy and luminous and natural. I mean, I've got a feeling if you have dry or normal skin, this is gonna look like a dream and wear like a dream for you. Because even on my oily skin, it looked like a dream. It just didn't wear like a dream. Transferred, so oily, and so, you know, I was thinking, great, I'll just use it as a mix-in, that's fine. Well, I've tried mixing this in with a few different foundations now, and it just does something funky to other foundations, at least foundations that normally work on my skin. This just messes it up, so I unfortunately cannot use this anymore. I want to, but it's silly. I have foundations that I actually like, but it's just that love. I think I said it in the video. I'm just blinded by the love with this one. I just want to use it because it's so gorgeous when I initially apply it. But then throughout the day, it's just all sorts of regrets. So I will be passing this on so that I am not even tempted to try it again. It's a true fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times. Ultra shame on me. Now, moving up to the second tier of the pyramid, we're getting on into good products here, although these products, I guess, are things that are good, but there's things about them that I would change. You get what I'm saying? So, I have got this Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette, a cocoa-infused contouring and highlighting palette from Too Faced. I'd gotten this in BoxyCharm, and I was very excited about it. It doesn't have an actual chocolate smell to it. Like, I feel like Too Faced usually gets pretty darn well. This is more of a cinnamony, maybe gingerbread. It doesn't smell bad. It just doesn't smell like chocolate to me. But either way, I really like these contours. Like, these are really, the light and the medium mixed together are a really, really good shade for a contour for me, and I love using them for that. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things where it's like, do I really want a clunking palette just for 2 shades? Like, having these other 4 that I don't use, that's just silly. And it's like, I could use them for eyeshadows, yes, but will I? Probably not, because I have those shades in eyeshadows already, you know what I mean? And while the highlight, the light, and the medium do work for me, I just don't use powder in that way. So it's a good palette. It's just, for me, I would rather have like a smaller one pan type of a thing. Too Faced, maybe that might be a thing you might want to try making. You know, people are going a bit more minimal nowadays. We're not so much, give me all of the things, even if I'm not gonna use all of the things. We're more so, let's just buy what we need and use that. So that would be great if you could make smaller sizes of these, because I really do like the formula. You know, blend like a dream, last all day. I just have other contours that work just as well that are much more compact. Now, I don't want to upset anyone with this next inclusion on the pyramid, but smack dab in the middle this month, I have got the Pure Raw Beauty Christie palette here. Like I said, don't kill me. If you watched my review, you pretty much already know my feelings on this already. This is a good palette. I love the idea behind it. I love the personalization of the hand-drawn illustrations that Christie did. The colors scream Christie, you know? I love this dual-sidedness, like really cool, innovative type of a thing. It's just, for me, these are not my neutrals. That's not Christie's fault, you know? These are her neutrals, and these are what she likes to use. For me, these are just way too orangey yellow. They look fine on me, but I would prefer to have a more neutral, cooler tone. And for me, a lot of these pigments, I mean, they're pressed pigments. They're very impactful. And when it comes to like crease shades and blending shades and that sort of a thing, I like to have some that aren't quite so wham bam in your face, on your face. I mean, when it comes to these colors, I love that these are wham bam. Very well done. Seriously, some of the best pigments in these kinds of colors that I've ever used. They're fantastic. They blend so well. They've got a lot of powder fallout, but you know, tap your brush off. It's fine. The Golden Ticket shade would usually be something I would love, but it's a bit more sheer. I personally like my metallics to be a bit more powerful, and it's just overall, I just personally don't like this many mattes. I do complain about palettes not having enough mattes in them, but for me, this is a little too matte heavy. But again, it's totally personal opinion. I do have a love for this palette still. Like I said, I mean, the neutral side might not get used very much by me, but this colorful side, oh yes. When I ever want a powerful pop of color, this is the palette that I will go to. So, still a good palette, just not my personal favorite. It's more of a supplemental rather than an essential for me. Now, moving on, we have got an eyeliner pencil that I feel like has saved my face on many days this past month. Not only because, like I said, I've been sick quite a bit this past month, but I also have just been sleeping like garbage. I think this whole lockdown and everything is just getting to me, stress, whatever else, and so my sleep has been the worst it's been in a really long time. Like, sleep for an hour, awake for 2 hours, sleep for a half hour, awake for another hour, you know, that kind of a thing, just on and off throughout the night. It's not fun. I know I am not alone in that struggle, and I feel so bad for anyone else that struggles with sleep like that. Ugh, it's rough. But if you have tired looking eyes like I do because of this, or even if, you know, you have tired looking eyes for other reasons, and you're looking for a nude waterline pencil and you have a lighter skin color, this might be one you want to look into. This is the Pacifica, oh gosh, they don't have it written on here, do they? They call it like the Line and Define Magic Prime Eyes, Lips, Face Pencil. Something strange along those lines. But essentially, it's a pencil and it's a nude for light-skinned folks pencil. This in the waterline, this is my favorite nude pencil I have ever had for my waterline. I feel like nudes are really hard for me. Like either they just don't show up in my waterline or else they just don't wear very well. You know, I have very watery eyes, so for me they wear off within a couple of hours. This one, I mean, it doesn't last 24 hours or anything, but it lasts a good 6 hours, I would say, 5-6 hours before it starts to really noticeably fade. It draws on so creamily and easily into the waterline. It is just fantastic. Plus the fact that Pacifica, you know, it's all natural and vegan and all that, that makes me feel good too. Oh, would you look at that? This actually has a shade name, Bear. Whenever I look it up online, it never says that, but either way, I love this pencil. It's affordable. I get mine off of iHerb. I always have my discount affiliate link and everything down below if you want to check out iHerb. But yeah, this pencil, would highly recommend it. Now, moving on up, getting to the cream of the crop, the bread and butter from this past month. First, I have a product that I guess I wasn't expecting it to be bad, but I certainly didn't expect a ton from it. But it's turned out to become like a favorite hair care product of mine. And it is this Living Proof Restore Repair Leave-In. Strengthens and transforms leave-in conditioner. You know, especially here in these summer months where my hair has been very frizzy because of the humidity. This has been, wow, that really is the moon out there. I thought I was seeing spots and stuff for my ring light, but no, there's just a beautiful full moon behind the camera. That's a lovely tidbit that I'm sure no one cares about. Back to the hair product. This is just phenomenal. I mean, Living Proof, they tend to make some good hair products. They smell fantastic. They just smell like a fancy, clean salon. I love the smell of their products. I love that the bottle is squishy. Like, it doesn't make a difference because it's got a pump on it, but I like the feeling of this squishy bottle. And I just use a pump, 2 pumps if I'm feeling crazy and wild that day. And then I just run it through my hair after I get out of the shower and my hair is still wet. And I use this about once, twice a week, and it really has helped to tame my frizz and just make my curls look a little bit less crazy. On days this past month, I know some of you are going to be like, I can remember a few videos where your hair was saying otherwise. Well, those were the days where I hadn't used this in a couple days or a few days. The days that I do use this, it makes my curls nice and silky soft and manageable. I mean, it doesn't weigh them down. It's lightweight, got a nice smell to it. I mean, overall, this is a mega win. Very happy that this came in my BoxyCharm, what, 2 months ago? However long. I love this stuff. Now, moving up, second to the top product on my pyramid here for this past month of July. Oh my, it's just dawning on me, it's actually August now. Welcome, how's your month going so far? Anywho, I had a real hard time deciding whether this should be on the top of the pyramid or the products that I actually put on top of the pyramid should be. I was doing a little flippy floppy, so take these with a grain of salt. Their placement in first and second place. But I've got the lip product that I'm wearing right now and that I have been wearing a ton this past month. I have found a new, I don't know that I would call it my favorite lip gloss, but it's one of my favorite lip glosses. I don't know that I have a favorite. Maybe my Fenty glosses, but either way, this is a fantastic lip gloss and it's from e.l.f, so it's affordable, it's cruelty-free, I'm pretty sure it's vegan, like it's just really good stuff. This is the e.l.f lip plumping gloss. This is the shade Mocha Twist. I did get this from iHerb as well. I did a whole video, a full face of first impressions. I didn't test this in that video, but I had ordered it at the same time and just tested it on my own, and oh my goodness, you guys, it is just so good. You gotta love a tacky lip gloss. I personally love tacky lip glosses. You know, it just tells me that it's still there on my lips and it hasn't strayed onto other parts of my face that I never wanted it to be in the first place. It's not tacky in that, you know, whenever you're talking, your lips will stick together. It's just got a nice viscosity to it. It's very smooth though. Very glassy and slightly plush on the lips. It is a plumping lip gloss as it says, so it does have that bit of a sting to it. It's not as powerful as like the Too Faced, what is it, the lip injection. That one's painful from what I remember. This one, it's more like you took some Red Hots, the candy, melted it down and rubbed it on your lips. You know, it's just a little bit of a tingle and it doesn't stay forever. After the tingle goes away, it's more of like a cooling feeling. It smells delightful. Kind of like a candy cake. I don't know, it's sweet and delicious smelling. I love the color. It's pigmented, but it's still a little bit sheer, so like my natural lip color still shows through. Like if I want to wear a lip liner underneath this, you'll still see the color of the lip liner, but if I don't want to, you know, this has enough of a punch as it is. It's a really nice, impactful nude, if you will, at least on me. I love the color of it. I love the feel of it. It wears fantastically. Doesn't come off until I tell it to, aka before I eat a meal, and I just think it's fabulous. It's a great lip gloss, and I would highly recommend it if you like lip gloss. Now, top of the pyramid, I couldn't separate these two products because I feel like, I mean, they are good on their own, but dang, they're better together. I have got two more products from e.l.f. here. I have got the primer infused blush, I think it's called. It doesn't say on here, but this is the shade Always Cheeky. And then I've got one of their baked highlighters in the shade Moonlight Pearls. Once again, I just feel like I should tell you guys, like, I did get these from e.l.f. They did send it to me to review, but I did pick them out and I reviewed them honestly in another video. This is just a bonus reviews on them because I love these products. These two cheek products are absolute favorites. My cheeks have been glowing and healthy and lovely on the days that I have chosen to wear makeup because of these products. I mean, they are both just delightful. I wanted to say they're both so silky and blendy and whatnot, but you know, baked highlighters, they're not silky per se. They've got a little bit of a grit to them, but they blend like they're very silky. Just melt into the skin. I love this color. They've got a few different colors, I think, in this baked highlight formula. They're fan favorites, and I just hadn't tried them until now, kind of kicking myself about it, but this is like one of my favorite highlighters ever created. It is just beautiful. It packs a punch, but you can also wear it sheerer, but it still looks natural even when you do layer it on quite a bit. It's just really, really lovely. And then this blush, I didn't think that it would show up on me because when I first swatched it, it's quite light looking, but this actually does show up on my cheeks, and I just think my cheeks look so perky and awake and healthy with this on. It's sheer, but it's buildable, and like I said, it just gives that beautiful flush on the cheeks, and paired together, oh, these are a freaking treat, especially for the price. I mean, I just don't see why not, you know? Just a delightful formula all around. So there you have it, best and worst of beauty for July, the month of July. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got some good product recommendations and non-recommendations from me. Certainly let me know how your past month has been of July. How's August looking so far? Are we excited? Are we still kind of in denial as to the time of year that it actually is? 2020 is just gonna go down as a blur. Let me know if you had any best and worst products that you used this past month of July, and also if you think I should try them out. I love hearing that kind of stuff from you guys, or if you had any differing opinions or similar opinions to me on the products that I talked about here. I just love hearing from you guys. You all are fabulous, and I am so happy to have you here. You can also, if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. I think I'm messing up my outro here, but yeah, you want to like the video? That would be much appreciated. You're new here? Hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe, tippity tap that notification bell down below, become a member of my casserole family here on this channel. I also have a second channel that some people didn't know about recently, they told me, and so hey, I'll tell you here too. I always have it linked down below. It's a mystery unboxing collecting channel if you're interested in that kind of a thing. This outro's all over the place. I don't know where I am in my typical spiel, so I'm just gonna end it there. I hope you guys are all doing well, and until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!
Bye, guys! You wanna say bye? Bye!
He says, yeah, bye, I'm out of here.
What about you, Fig?
Bye! Somebody loves me. You guys just want food, don't you? That's it.
and no sneakers. That was wild. I didn't know what to think about that. Didn't know what to think about that.